everybody. Welcome back to Horse Center Live. It's Monday night. I am Julie Ramjeet. I'm here in my awesome sunglasses tonight. You guys, I put it out there publicly. I look like I have punched myself in the face today from my children. So I'm here with Swiss Army Sean and the lovely Victor Carrasco. Thank you, Victor, for jumping on. We had a little bit of a scheduling conflict 2 weeks ago, and everybody started messaging me like, oh, where's Victor? So I promised them you were coming. So thank you so much for making it happen.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. I want to apologize to everybody who was looking forward for the last time, but I had to go to press call, and it was just misunderstanding the last minute, but we are here now.
Yes, we are here. And then I think actually the night that we had scheduled, your flight ended up getting delayed or something anyway. So you could have been on, but it's life, right?
Yeah, it wasn't a great day. I mean, flight got delayed, the rental car took forever. So I had to take off my mount, and I wasn't able to make it to the racetrack. So it was just taking a trip to Buffalo Airport and sitting for 6 hours.
And that, well, that comes with a little bit of the game that we're in. And before we get that far into it, why don't we walk the fans all the way back to the beginning? How did you get started in the industry?
Well, I grew up in a family of horsemen. My grandfather was a trainer. Used to be a trainer. He retired already. And my uncle trained horses in Delaware Park. So after the jockey school, I pretty much grew up in the backyard in Puerto Rico, out walking, smooching our horses, doing stuff, and that's pretty much how we started.
Very cool. So you kind of got to start, from the bottom. I love that. I feel like that makes a better rider in general. When you're hands-on with the horses from the beginning, it gives you a different kind of love for them when you get to get on their back. What was the moment for you that you knew like you wanted to be a race rider?
Well, to be honest, at first I wanted to be a vet.
Oh, cool.
I wanted to be a vet, but one time I saw that they were making a gelded, and I saw that amount of blood, and I was like, no, this is not for me. I cannot do it. I cannot put my hands on that. There's no way. So I stayed short. I was like, you know what? I think I can be a jockey. I can be the difference of the family. Like I said, uncles and grandfather trainer, and surround myself, cousins that are trainers and everything. But I was like, I'm trying to be the difference, and took it from there.
We got some comments coming in here saying that you're echoing, and that people are having a problem understanding you. Hold on a second. Let me see if I mute you, unmute you. Talk to me.
Maybe if I try headphones?
I hear you fine. Sean, do you hear him?
Yeah, I hear echo. And I'm actually echoing back as well now. Do you have it live somewhere on
Is
anybody near you like watching it at the same time?
Oh, no, I'm by myself.
Oh, I don't know why it's doing that. Maybe try headphones, see if it brings you in a little better. Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting because when I'm talking now, it's echoing back to me too.
That's funny. It's totally normal here on my end. That's the only thing that's normal on my end right now, guys. Oh my God. Just so you know, I'm totally embarrassed about my sunglasses tonight. So. All right, let's see if that helps.
Let me see. No, better.
How's that? It's good for
me.
You're echoing? I'm not echoing.
See, Victor, can you go out and come back in?
Out of the live?
Yeah. So
and then just come right back in.
The link.
Okay, so I get off and I hit the link again.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick you off and then come back. There you go.
All right, now let's make sure. No, I'm echoing.
I don't know. You guys are hallucinating, I feel.
All right. I'm going to go out and come back in as well.
Oh, great.
And we'll leave sunglasses here by ourselves.
Okay, let's see.
Now?
All right. Victor.
Still the same.
You're good by me. Sean just kicked off. He's coming back too to see if it was his. You sound good to me. Sean,
Let me
you're
see.
Sean, is
Yeah,
that
I heard myself double, like with echo.
you do?
Yeah.
This is weird. Hold on. I'm not getting any echo. Sean?
Okay. See, I'm still. We're both echoing.
Me too.
What is happening?
I don't know.
This has never happened. I swear to God. Is it the
Joel,
sun?
you don't have your phone or anything, right? That's playing the.
Mm-mm.
Wow.
I got everything off. Well, shit, guys.
I don't know. Yeah. Every time I talk, and when Sean talks, I can hear the echo too.
Terrible echo. We're trying to fix the echo, guys. Sean, what do you want me to do?
See, I don't know because we can't even establish whether it's me or Victor.
My uncle said to me, you have an echo.
Okay, guys, we're gonna try to fix the echo. Just bear with us. Hold on a second. Let's see.
You know what, Jewel, try this. Just go out. You go out and come back in.
Okay. Shit. How do I go out? I made the show. I can't go out. I made the whole show. It doesn't give me an option to go out. Unless I end the broadcast and re-kick it.
No, don't do that.
Well, let me see. Hold on.
All right. Look, the echo's gone.
Yeah, the echo's gone. It's her. It's her. It's you.
It was you.
Is it me now? Is there an echo now?
No. Yes, because you came back. Mute yourself. Mute yourself. All right. There.
There's
see, it's gone.
Yeah. You guys, it's the sunglasses, okay?
Is Andre near you watching it or something?
Maybe it's Andre. Turn the show off if you're watching. Okay, so basically, all right, what I'm going to do is while you're talking, I'm just going to make sure my mic's off if that fixes the issue, okay? Okay, so let's see. I know we got right into that. Sean, go ahead and you kick off. I'm going to mute.
Well, I'll start with Colonial starts Thursday. How much are you going to be riding at Colonial? And I know they've switched their days, so that kind of affects how much you're traveling, I'm sure.
Yes, we were very lucky the last couple of years that they were not running like the same days as Laurel, and I was able to be in both places at the same, like running full time, like pretty much almost every day. But now they are running on top of each other pretty much. But I think my agent and I made the decision that we are going to be at Colonia pretty much full time.
Okay.
And, I'm going to have to talk, guys, for a second. So hopefully I don't feel this too much. Everybody's in the comments. Somebody's telling me to hold up flashcards. Okay. We were just talking about Colonial, how they changed the days of the week that they'll be running. That makes it a little tougher for guys that like to ship all around the mid-Atlantic. What do you think about that? I mean, I know for Charlestown and some Maryland guys, they're really trying to decide, we got to pick or choose. I mean, the money's right up there to kind of hang out for the meet, right?
Yeah. Everybody, like you say, everybody has to pick and choose. It's pretty tough. Like we were so, like I said, lucky to be able to make enough money going both places. But now, like as I said, I choose to stay over Colonia down. I like riding more on turf than I do riding on dirt, to be honest. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to Colonia on Thursday.
That's interesting. Almost every jockey says that they prefer turf over dirt. What makes it about turf that you like so much?
I don't know. To be honest, in my opinion, is like I said, I always said you have to be a little bit more. You have to use your brain a little bit more. You have to be a little bit more patient. You have to, of course, you have to do the same on the dirt. But I think on the turf is more about patience, and everybody's like pretty much riding like on top of each other. I don't know. I just think it's better. It's better races.
I think there's definitely a difference when I watch turf and dirt. I mean, I know watching down at Gulfstream on the turf, they just seem to ride so tight, more tight than watching dirt races. And you see a lot more run at the end, which I think is really cool when you watch the way a dirt race might set up versus turf. You've got a fan here. Sean Nolan says, not only am I the Victor Carrasco fan club president, but I'm also a client. So excited to see him full-time at Colonial. We love Sean. He's super. He's always cheering everybody on here. And then you have Terry Hayes got a question. He says, "Hey Victor, when are you coming to Golden Gate Fields to ride?" Terry invites everyone out west. Would you ever consider riding out west?
Yeah, and to be honest, I never been over the west side of United States, so I would like to. I mean, I don't know if I would go to ride full time, but if there's any opportunity to ride like a big race or something, of course I would take it.
Well, let's circle back to Preakness Day. Everybody comes to your home. Talk about that a little bit. And usually, I know you had a couple wins, right? Recap that and the atmosphere, how much different it is when everybody's coming to basically your home.
Yes, it is great. It is a couple of days that are great, that sometimes you get to see other fellow riders that you got a good friendship with, but you don't get the chance to see them too often because everybody is doing their own thing in their own side. But it's just great. It's great to be able to compete against the best. And yeah, seeing good horses running, good races, and like seeing good trainers. I mean, it's awesome. It's really awesome.
So let's talk about the decision to kind of kick off out of Maryland. I know for a while you were mainly Maryland based. Now you're kind of a little bit everywhere. Presque Isle, Maryland, Delaware. Are you just taking, riding the wave while it comes and just taking all opportunities that you can, or are you kind of looking for the next best thing? Are you looking for a place to settle with your tack? Are you happy, traveling like you are right now?
Yeah, I always call Maryland home. Like, I mean, Maryland, like I said, it's home for me. Laurel Park is my home track. But as you said, I take every opportunity that I can. Like summer, I always say that summertime is time to make money. So every time there's opportunity for me to go anywhere, I am very lucky and blessed to get a chance to ride some good horses out of town, and all most of the owners support me and pay me the flight tickets and all of that to go and ride them horses. And as I said, yeah, I take every chance. I'll be at Prescott tomorrow. I got Delaware Park and Penn National on Wednesday. I'll be over Colonial on Thursday and Friday. Saturday and Sunday, I'll be back at Laurel. And then next Tuesday, I'll be back in Prescott. So it's pretty much taking advantage of every opportunity that I get.
Wow. Have you ever gotten to ride another track coming up on Thursday is Saratoga. Have you ever ridden there? You ever try to get in there a little?
Yes, I've been there before. And I haven't been lucky enough to ride to win a race over Saratoga. I've been blessed to win over the other two New York tracks. But every jockey is always looking forward to get a chance to ride at Saratoga. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm sure you guys have been there before, and they give the jockeys a 5-star treatment. Jockeys got their own security. Fans want pictures with the jockeys and everything, and it's just great. It's awesome.
Yeah, I was there for the first time last year, actually.
Well, I did hear that Colonial is going to be doing some similar things this year. We did have Harrison Young on 2 weeks ago. He's my cousin. Yeah, he does the turf there, and he says they're planning on, having a children's zone and doing some really cool things, which I think is really important. I would love to see that across the board at every racetrack, just to bring the family back and bring the kids back into it. So I feel like Colonial set up this year to maybe not be quite Saratoga, but I think it's going to be pretty fun for the fans this year for sure.
Yeah. So Colonial Downs. Yeah, like as I said, I'm looking forward to it. and of course it gets very crowded when we have like stake races and stuff like that. But as you say, hopefully doing different activities for like young people, kids, families, for everybody, so we can get a bigger crowd
For
daily.
sure, we need it. Gotta keep the kids coming. Gotta keep them happy and excited. Sean also says I got to see him at Fair Hill in the morning with
Yeah.
Maggie. No one works harder on a daily basis than Victor. Victor, you're about what? Sean, what's the stats? 1,400 and how many wins?
Oh, I have it right here.
Something.
12, I think it was
12, 13.
12, 13.
Yes.
And in the money's what? Like 40. What's the in the money?
16% win, 46% in the money.
40. I knew I had a 4 in there somewhere. So that's a pretty stellar in the money percentage there for any rider. Have you had your agent for a while? He seems to be doing a pretty good job for you.
Yes, I had for the first 2013 and 2000. Yeah, for the first like 7 years of my career, I have an agent called Tom Stiff. Like as I said, I spent the first 7 years with him, and it was great, awesome. And but then I decided to make a change just to challenge myself and go over, try to ride full time at New Jersey, Monmouth Park. But unluckily, I think the second or the third week of the meet, a horse flipped over with me inside the gate and fractured my left forearm. So the doctor gave me 2 months off, and it was already like July something. So it wasn't. It was really pointless to go back to Jersey when they were only gonna have like a month left. And then I came back to Maryland, to my home, to my house here, and I start after I get cleared. I start getting on horses, and getting a couple calls and a couple, text messages from different agents that they would like to work with me. But I was just focused on getting fit and getting ready to get back to work. And then I get a call from the agent that I have now, which is Scott Silver. That back then he used to be the agent for Trevor McCarthy. And Trevor was the one who called me. Oh, Victor, Scotty would like to take your book. You're gonna start riding better races, better horses, this and that. And I thought about it for a couple of days, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna take the opportunity. And we've been together since September of 2020. Yes.
That's a good run. And I mean, he seems to be doing a good job putting you on the right mounts. The percentage, like I said, is stellar. You have a comment here from Eagles fan. Victor is great, works hard for trainers. I always bet him when he's riding on the turf. Do you consider yourself a better turf or dirt jockey? He said he prefers the turf, but which one do you think your talent is the best on?
No, my talent is better when you're on the right horse.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, when you're on the right horse,
you look like a superstar, right? When you're winning.
That's the reason why this is called horse racing and not jockey racing.
That's
as
right.
I said, I prefer to be on turf, but as I said, you are gonna feel more comfortable. I mean, if you're riding good horses on the dirt, day in and day out, you're gonna say that you are better on dirt. And the opposite, if you're riding better horses on turf, you're gonna say that you consider yourself a better turf rider. But I think either way, whenever I got better mount, the job is always easier.
And we have a comment that kind of touches on what you just said. This is horse racing, not jockey racing. Joseph says, I feel like the horse wins the race. Do you think if you got the big mount, some people get, would you be a top jockey? I think you are awesome. Well, we consider him a top jockey with those percentages. So let's just start there. But that's kind of what he was saying. It's the whole, if you have the best horse, you're setting yourself up much better than the ladder. You want to talk about that a little bit, about the struggle jockeys face on just the fight of the uphill climb day to day? I mean, tell them how it is. I mean, trying to compete with your other, your fellow colony members, and there's a lot of talented guys out there and a lot of hard workers.
Of course.
Yeah. So you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yes. Yeah, including myself. There's a lot of guys. I mean, we are a lot of guys that work extremely hard, and sometimes, this business is very tough. You have to be very tough mentally because sometimes you feel like you're working like crazy day in and day out. You're working out to keep your weight down. It's just a combination of all of it. And sometimes you feel like it's not, like it's worthless, like it's not paying off, you know? Like I mean, talking about me, I'm not trying to talk about anybody else, but sometimes like you work and I work and I work and I work, and there's other guys that work way less that are probably not as talented as me, and they get better mounts, they ride better horses, and it's just sometimes it's just hard. But as I said, I always stay positive and try my best to keep pushing. And if there's any jockey that is watching this, keep pushing, don't quit. I mean, my auntie used to say all the time that God doesn't sleep, He see it all. And when you work hard, sooner than later, the winners are gonna come.
I love it. I love that so much, Victor, because you're absolutely right. And even though you're speaking for yourself, you're speaking for a lot of these guys out here. I mean, I think a lot of riders can relate to what you just said, to being there every morning and knowing there are some that don't work as hard and just have a better, maybe an easier leg up, or it's a very political business, kind of who you know and who you're affiliated with,
Relationships, yeah.
with. Yeah. So it's a struggle, but I love that. God doesn't sleep. And you know what? Hard work pays off. And here you go. Joseph says it himself. The cream always rises to the top. Absolutely.
That's facts.
I
Facts.
totally agree. So you have the right mentality, and that shows, why you've been successful. You've been doing this for a while now. Carlos, is that your brother?
Yes, he is my little brother,
right?
Yes, he's my youngest brother.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So he came into this, I'm assuming, a little bit inspired by you. You want to kind of, how did that come about when he said, "Hey, big bro, I'm up next"? How did you feel about that and supporting him in it?
Well, he's my brother, my little brother. I love it like he's my son instead of my brother. Help him. I mean, since we were younger, and yeah, it was. I mean, he used to follow my footsteps in general. Like I was playing basketball when I was younger. He wanted to play basketball. I was doing this. He wanted to do that. I was doing that. He wanted to do that. And yeah, it was exciting when he decided to follow my footsteps into horse racing. And and yeah, he went to the jockey school same as I did, but the way was a little bit of a struggle for him. So he moved in. He graduated from high school, and he moved in with me to here to America. And we started off in West Virginia. I was taking him, me and Javian Toledo, who is like my brother. We took him to I don't remember if it was like one of the Casey's or can't remember the name of the trainer, the farm.
McKee or Casey, probably.
Yeah, one of those. I know it was. What is the name of the guy who works in the gate? Renzo? Ramsey, yeah. Him and there was another guy, can't remember his name, that they were helping him getting on 2 year-olds.
Oh, nice.
And we did that for maybe like a month or so. And then I talked to Horacio De Paz, who was the trainer of Sagamore Farm back then. And I said, "Oh, Horacio, you think you can help my brother, to start to learn how to gallop and stuff like that?" And yeah, they welcomed him with open arms, and he was getting paid and learning at the same time. And that's how we started.
Well, that's pretty cool. You obviously are busy in your own career to take some time and make sure that he was set up and, getting to learn the right way, even coming out of the school, just to have that experience before just throwing himself right on to the track. Good for you, being a big bro. That's, first always. That's how we think too over here. So Grandma Horse Racing says, how much time do you get to take direction from a trainer, and is their direction always correct? I'm assuming she means in the paddock.
Yes. I am very prepared, and I try my best to do my homework every time I'm gonna ride a horse. So the instruction for the trainer, pretty much doesn't take long. He tells you most of the time. They tell me about if the horse has any like bad habits or if the horse like to be front runner or something. But I always say that the trainer's instructions is gonna be always plan A, but I also have a plan B because when the doors open, everything can change completely. Like the trainer can say, "Go to the lead," and then the horse stumble coming out of the gate. And if I don't prepare myself, if I don't study the race, when the doors open, then I'm lost. I don't know who to follow. I don't know where to be. So yeah. So it doesn't take long, but you have to be prepared.
Good answer. Good answer. Always have a plan B and sometimes a plan C, right?
Of course, of course.
Sean?
Well, and I also think, speaking of that, while we touch on that subject, I've been there. I don't think many people know when you come back, a lot of times you're talking to the owners or trainers too, and you're telling them what you felt on the horse or what happened in the trip and all that too. So not only are you guys dismounting, doing all that, just got done with the race, now you got to sit there and talk for another 30 seconds to them, correct?
Yes, that is correct. After every race, of course, when you win, everything is fine. You only have to say thank you and, give a couple hugs and a couple kisses, and that's it. But when you lose, as you say, you have to spend 30 seconds, 1 minute talking to the trainer, explaining about the trip, or if you have to suggest any equipment change that you think is going to improve. So that's pretty much what happens most of the time after
I just
after a
have to
race.
give you guys credit for that moment that after you ride a race. I mean, I've said it to Andre and I watch just in amazement sometimes, especially these guys, you guys that are riding during the day and this brutal heat to get off of a horse and be able to breathe enough to like speak. Honestly, I couldn't do it. I feel like I would just fall over. Obviously, you guys are like fit and prepared, but it just is like mind blowing. I'm like, it's 1,000 degrees out there, sweating and they're standing there having a conversation like normal. You guys are amazing athletes, truly.
Yeah, but I'm gonna give you my fellow riders a tip. Every time you pull up a horse and you get big, coming back to the paddock, jog the horse. So it gives you enough time to catch your breath. It gives you enough time. So when you get off the horse and you talk to the trainer, you don't be like, yeah, because the horse, I feel like, the trainers are gonna be like, oh, look at this jockey. This jockey is not even fit.
No, that would be me. I'd be like, I gotta
No.
go.
Yeah, I pull him up and I turn around, I jog, and I'm breathing, jogging, because if you get off the horse back, you have to fight with him to pull him up. So I just jog, and when I get off, I'm calm, I'm settled, and I'm able to speak without being looking exhausted, sounding exhausted.
Oh, that's great advice. You hear that, you youngins watching? Take your time coming back so you sound
Yeah,
professional when you get off the
you
horse.
sound fit.
Very, very good. We have a comment here from Saddles and Sulkies. Good evening.
Yes.
It's Mark from Delaware. I can personally tell your audience that Victor is one of the most genuine person I know, hard worker, always polite and upbeat. See you at Delaware Park. And then, we have Kibar here. He says, who is your favorite Venezuelan jockey?
The greatest, Caber Coa.
Of
Caber
course.
Coa. No, sorry, Ramon Dominguez, then Caber Coa.
Sean, I have you muted over there? Okay, there
Yes,
you go.
yeah, you do. And Blake's trying to talk to me too, and I'm telling him no. So the other thing I would say, you said about Javi and Toledo being one of your brothers. You have a lot of brothers in this game. I know you're close to Jorge Vargas Jr., Tyler Kahn. So you guys are all like that young group that's really grown the game, and you guys are very active on social media and with the fans. So talk a little bit about that as well.
Yes, it's just the friendship that is it was built back in the jockey school, and I'm talking about Jagan Toledo, Georgie Vargas, Manny Franco, Jose Ortiz. Ira already graduated, and Jose was in the second year when Franco, Vargas, Toledo, and myself were in the jockey school in the first year. So it's just a relationship that it grew with time, and as you say, we love each other like brothers. Me and Javian, we used to live together, sleep in the same bed when we first came, and yeah, and Tyler Connor, I call him my white brother. Great guy, great rider, I mean, super humble. I mean, he's a professional on the track and off the track. And of course, everybody wants to win, but he's one of the guys that is not super aggressive. He will not put anybody on risk. I mean, Taylor Conis is just great. Great guy, and same as, of course, my brother Jevian and Vargas and Franco. I mean, Franco is my brother-in-law. We family, and it's just, something special.
And another thing most of you guys are able to do, and I know for a fact you're able to do, is social media. We've talked about how rough social media can be, but you kind of just you do your own thing and you kind of have fun with it.
Of course, there's people that is always gonna hate. So, I mean, social media, you cannot take that personal. You cannot take that to your chest. I mean, I, if I can open my phone and I can show you messages of people wishing me dead, talking about my mom. It's just, but I just ignore them. I don't pay no attention. I just, as you say, I keep being me. I keep saying funny stuff. I try to make fun of people. People make fun of me, and it's it's just
Sometimes you
like,
have to laugh at yourself a little bit too, right? You can't take yourself too seriously. I always
nah.
hear, I forget who it was, it might have been somebody we had on a show, but it was talking about not taking the negative stuff too seriously, but also not taking the positive stuff too seriously. When somebody's, filling your head up with, "Oh, you're the best," just kind of staying an even keel right there in the middle is really the best way to play it. I wanted to talk a little bit about kind of what Sean had said about the group of guys that you kind of came up with. What do you think about the newer generation of riders that are coming out? I find, at least here and locally, more so through the Mid-Atlantic, I feel like the colonies aren't as tight as they once were. It's much more competitive nature. I feel like back in the day, maybe even 10 years ago, there was a little bit more of looking out for each other. Where do you think that's coming from? Do you think it's just a lot of hot, fresh, new young riders that are just, hungry and haven't gotten to over that hill of like, okay, I need to relax and educate myself a little bit more, or what are you seeing on your end?
Well, what can I say? What can I say without getting myself too deep into the water? Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I know the answer to that. I mean,
I guess
there's
the
different.
question is, have you seen the camaraderie in the room change over the time of when you started to now? And what do you think? Do you think like what do you think the cause for that is? Do
And
you think
of course,
older guys phasing out? Do you think we're losing a lot of the older guys that kind of kept it more together, or what is it?
no. To be honest, at least here over Laurel, everybody's pretty much together. We're trying to look after each other. Um, but yeah, of course, there's gonna be always one or two jockeys that are trying to create trouble or drama or being too aggressive is the right way to say it. And yeah, but no. Talking about my home track, everybody pretty much look after each other, and there's a bunch of a group of new young riders that are doing awesome, doing great, with the right work ethic. I mean, staying humble, which is the main thing, and yeah, everybody pushing each other to be better.
Well, and that's your job now. You're one of the older guys, considering you're not old, but you know what I mean, to consider the
Yeah,
new
yeah, yeah.
guys coming out. You're seasoned, and I always encourage all the seasoned riders, the well-minded riders who try to always do the right thing, is to always encourage and educate the younger guys in the room, help them, if they need help, because you guys have to go out and ride with them. So if you see something that they could be doing better, I always encourage you guys to help them, because you never know, it might be that one thing that could just change everything for them. Just hearing it from another guy who's been doing it a little longer. We have a comment from Joseph. He says, you must have been kind of happy when Jose just beat Irad for Belmont title, seeing as he was in your class.
Nah,
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't in my class. He was a year above me. He was in the second year, and that's how I get to know him. But yeah, I mean, they are both great writers. They are great people. I mean, I wish you guys could get to know them a little bit more personal, and you guys will could tell how great of the person. I'm not talking about race riding or winning races or money. I'm talking about when they get off the jockey, like as I said, the Halloween costume of a jockey, and they are just normal person. They are great. They've been very successful because of the way they are, and it's just good for them. I'm always rooting for them. I'm rooting, of course, for Manny Franco first because he married to my sister, so I have to support family.
He's
But
got to
after
keep
that,
it together, right, man? He's
yeah,
got to
yeah,
keep it together.
yeah. But after that, I'm always Ivan and Jose. Those are and Johnny V. Those are my people.
Well, I love that you commented on taking the Halloween costume off, just as because it's very much, unless you're in the industry, a lot of the fans, and that comes with the messages that you've said, some of the messages you've gotten, is they don't look at you beyond that. They don't realize that you guys are human. And yes, some of you guys are just really awesome, good people. And a lot of the public, I feel like more so outside of the racing industry, more of your betters, or just people who really don't know much about it. I think a lot of people forget that once you step out of that, you're not in that outfit all day long. You have families and you have loved ones, and you have a life outside of it sometimes. We're creeping up on 40 minutes. I did want to ask, what do you do outside of horse racing, if you do anything? It seems like you're kind of wrapped up in traveling. Do you have a little downtime or anything you enjoy outside of the horses?
Well, to be honest, I like working out. I run pretty much. I run every day because I love food. So that's one of my hobbies. Sometimes I'm playing Call of Duty Warzone with the same crew, with Irad, Jose, my brother, Cancel. We into that. And but yeah, I don't have many days off, to be honest, and there's not a lot that I can do.
It's a tough schedule. It's a very tough schedule, morning and night. And hey, but get it in while you can, man. Ride it while you can, and your body's doing good, and you got to ride it while you can. Let's see, Grandma Horse Racing with another comment. I'm a fan of Colonial and will be looking for you because guess to go on a winning streak after this show. So she thinks you're going to be hot at Colonial.
I hope so, Grandma. You started to become my favorite.
Yes, Grandma she's one of my favorites. I love her to pieces. She's always here on the shows. She's always here to comment. Let's see. Victor is a great guest and does a good interview. You've got lots and lots of fans chiming in here.
The echo's gone now on your part, Julie. I don't know what's the difference.
Is it?
So,
because I keep muting myself through this whole show thinking that it's still here.
Well, it was. Now it's gone. So I'll circle back what Victor was talking about. I can talk firsthand about Jose and Irad. Jose's been on the show a couple times when it was the Player's Edge. I remember one time it didn't record right. And we thought, oh, no, we finally got Jose, and now it didn't record right. And he was like, hey, I can be back in a couple days. And he came right back and did it again. So he's great. And Irad, every time I go, take pictures. No matter who asks, let's do it. Take a picture. And he'll grab your phone. If you don't know what you're doing, he'll grab your phone and take a picture.
Yeah.
So I almost had, and I did have Irad tentatively set here through his agent, Steve, a couple weeks ago, but he just got really busy. And we are working on setting a date, so hopefully we will get Irad on so the fans get to meet him. But we've had several riders that might have aggressive reputations or people, and then they come on, you get to talk to them, and you're like, wow, he's really nice.
Different, yeah.
Paco was the same. Paco Lopez was the same way. Really has the reputation, but
yeah, there's a lot.
Really, you guys have Paco in the show?
We did.
Yes, we did.
Oh yeah. You need to send me that. I need to see that.
I'll send it to you. It was about a month or so ago. Yeah, we had him on.
I need to see that.
It was
you said about Manny Franco. I'm a big fan of Manny, and I've been trying to get Manny on. So if you can make that happen, we can definitely do that.
I'm gonna try, but I cannot promise nothing because he's very camera shy. He's not into none of this. So I don't know.
She loves Victor, looks up to you as a rider as well. And that's another, youngin coming up in the sport. She does a little bit of everything. So she's always watching you guys. I love to see the youngsters on here. Grandma's back. She says, thank you, HRT team. Great guest and always learning. Yes,
So-
Victor, I appreciate you. Man. I'm so sorry about whatever the heck was going on. I don't know if I was like channeling some extra energies with these sunglasses when we got on here.
That's
Listen,
what it was.
this is awful. Okay, guys. I promise I don't think I'm a movie star. I'm not that girl. Okay. But it's a lot better than the way my eye looks. So I really do appreciate you taking time out this evening. You're a busy guy. And you got anything else, Sean?
Well, the last question I'll talk about, we talked about all the tracks you run at, and we've seen it with other riders. That I don't know if it's ever happened to you, but how do you keep track of where wires are, when you should start making your moves, since all your tracks are different, especially Pimlico has that long stretch compared to other tracks. Do you ever get them mixed up or get kind of lost out there? Like, oh, crap, I'm at Penn National tonight, not Delaware, not Pimlico?
That's a good question.
Well, of course, when I go to a new racetrack that I've never been, I'm trying to, maybe I watch races from the track on TV, but it's not the same when you're there. So I'm trying to pay attention of what's going on. I mean, hope, of course, if I'm not riding the first race. But no, I think I've been around long enough, and I know, you have to ride pretty much like different ways every time you go to a different track. Like, example, like if you go to parks, they like to run wide. You don't see many horses on the fence. Like if you go to Charlestown, you have to be aggressive from the beginning to the end. Laurel, you have, depending on the wire, first wire, second wire, you have to be a little bit more patient. Delaware Park is kind of weird. You have to be paying attention. Sometimes rail is bad and this and that. But like I said, when you prepare yourself the day before and you do your homework, it makes it a lot easier.
Have you ever done, you said about the first wire, second wire, have you ever done what we've seen other?
Shit.
I've seen many riders. I've done.
Sorry for the course.
I've
you're good.
riders do that. Stop,
Sorry
right?
for the course, but I did it with my big horse, with Cord Maker. I stood up in the first wire in $100,000 stake, and I was 1-5, and I wasn't gonna win. I was third best because the winner and the one who finished second, they were like 5 lengths in front of me, and the one who was fourth, he was 10 lengths behind me, but I still get fined $500 and I get suspended.
And it was just a true accident, right? Like you just thought that was where the wire was.
I mean, it was just, it was more of me being upset. Like around the backside, when you 1-5, everybody's, it was like 9-horse field. I remember like today, I was the 3-horse, and you got the horses on the inside coming out, the one on the outside coming in. Everybody's riding against me. I get involved from both sides, and I was just frustrated. And I was pushing, trying my best to get there, and I was just like, I stood up thinking that it was a 7-8 race and it was a flat mile, and luckily I didn't lose any position, but it cost me money.
How did you take your time jogging back on that one?
Well, as I said, I didn't lose any position. I didn't make. And I'm lucky and blessed that the owner and Mrs. Ellen Charles, she loves me like a son, and she probably didn't even realize that I stood up in the first wire, but the assistant did, Evelyn. But it was so good. It was so good that he take me off the horse, and next time we won, and it was so good. But I took my time jogging back.
You're probably, oh my God, explain this one. I just thought I thought the wire was there.
That wasn't good.
Well, I love honesty, and I think a lot of trainers and people, if you just keep it real, save the BS and tell them the truth. Like, hey, man, I messed up there, and they can respect that a lot more than somebody who comes and tries to sell them like a story, right?
Yeah, sometimes some people come up with lies, and we are watching the same thing.
Their way back out of whatever they just tried to say. Yeah.
Yeah, we are watching the same thing. No, but the horse is getting sometimes like. It's funny, we go to the movie with the stewards and they start creating, I don't know, something in their brain. And I'm like, but everybody's looking the same thing. How are you saying that the horse is getting out when the horse is not? I mean, when you're doing this and the horse is not. So it's just funny.
Sometimes I hear it often. Sometimes, what is it, quote unquote, you got to take a shot, right? They got to try to explain it themselves some way.
Yeah.
Well, that's a thing kind of outdated too. Do you think jockeys should still have to talk to stewards during the whole object? Like, of course they're going to say they didn't do nothing.
Yeah. I mean, of course, you always have to try to defend yourself. And I mean, sometimes it's just as there's a saying in Puerto Rico that you cannot hide the sun with one hand. We all seen that you make the mistake. Of course, you just gotta accept it and pray that you don't get any days. I mean, of course, sometimes if you don't put anybody in danger, the stewards at Lower Park are great. So if you don't, like I said, you don't put nobody like in a bad, very, very bad spot, they will let you maybe slide if they know that you don't get in trouble too often. But sometimes it's just too obvious, and guys are trying to lie to their ass, and it's just not happening.
I'll see it. Yeah.
Sorry for the curse.
We got. Do you know who your host is? Oh, you should watch a couple shows. You're good. You're totally good. So first day of entries today at Colonial Downs. We'll wrap up the show with that. Sean, you got his entries. Let's talk about what he's got coming up.
Oh, I got them right here already.
Oh, Victor's already on it.
Let's talk about what you got coming up for the week, and let's talk about what you got opening day for Colonial.
Yes, so I know, as I say, tomorrow I'm going to Prescott. I'm riding. I cannot remember. I cannot pronounce the name of the horse. I know it's for my training there. I'm sure she's here, Carrie Bryan.
She's right here. She said you're
yes. She knows. Everybody knows.
Anoit?
Anoit tomorrow, race number 5 at Prescott. Wednesday.
Race 7.
Something like that. One of those. But I know on Wednesday, I got race 1 at Delaware for Chuck Lawrence, race 5 for Don Albert or something like that, the name of the trainer, I don't know. And
Don
then
Bryant.
I have one, Don something. I knew it was Don something. And race 7, I ride 1 for a guy from New York. I know I'm the one horse, Delaware certified race.
Michael Maselli?
Michael Maselli, yeah, New York guy. And then I got Penn National for Kerry Bryan again, Clara Bell or something. Clara something.
Yep.
Number 3, number 11.
Yep.
And then Thursday, I got Colonial, race 1. I have determined first for Phil Show and Tell first time starter. I got race 3 for Kerry Bryan. Can't remember the name of the horse. I got race 5 for Mike Trombetta, first time starter, Candido. And I got race 8 for Phil Show and Tell, determined gold.
All right.
And the Echo's back.
Oh my
And the
God.
Echo's back.
Okay. Well, we're gonna wrap it up there then because I'm tired of this shit. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, so that's what I got. And then I got some on Saturday at Laurel, but I can't remember that.
Uh-oh.
Harry says he doesn't seem to remember any of my horses.
Yeah, she knows I do. She knows I do, but I just can't pronounce them because they all overseas, and they got some funny names. They got some.
David Perez.
Man, I chase money. You just put me on. Just make sure it's not the last race. Made them 5 because I won't go.
I love it. Do you hear that? No maiden 5s for Victor at midnight.
I mean, if it's race 1, I'll be there. But if it's race 7, I won't make it. I'm gonna have a flat tire. I'll be sick. Something's gonna happen.
Well, Victor, you have been a true pleasure. Again, I'm so sorry about the technical difficulties. If you guys are hearing an echo, I don't know what's going on. I'll try to see what's going on for tomorrow night's show. I've never had the problem. I'm just gonna say I'm got extra energies going on with these eyes today. So I appreciate you, bud. And we'll be watching this week. We'll be definitely watching open a day at Colonial to see, how you start the meet off. We're wishing you luck. Your brother as well. And hopefully we will have you on again in the future. And when I do, I will make sure that I'm well and I'm not a hot mess.
Before we go off, who do you guys have tomorrow? Because I'm going to be stuck in a hotel in Buffalo, so I need to see who's gonna be here tomorrow.
We have
So
Jay
tomorrow's
Edwards.
a new guy, Jay Edwards from Prairie Meadows.
Oh, I don't know him, but maybe I like him. We'll see.
And I'll send you the show. When we get off here, I'll send you the Paco link.
Yes, please. I need to see that because
Good one. It was good.
Paco's English gotta be great.
It was actually really good.
Yeah,
Like,
Julie was nervous about it. I said, Paco's English is fine, and it was.
I was gonna get a translator because I thought he was gonna have a little bit of a hard
I
time.
need to see that.
Yeah.
Paco's my man. I need to see that.
And you know what? It was a great show because he got to talk a little bit about just his reputation and the public, and I mean, I left the show with a total different perception of him. So I'm sure a lot of people did. It was really, really, really good show. So all right, cool. Well, Victor, it's been a blast. I appreciate you. Try to get some rest, and we'll be watching to see what you got going on the rest of the week. Hopefully, we see you in the winner's circle.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me, and same to you, Julie. Best of luck to you and to your awesome husband.
Yes, he jumped on here and left you a comment earlier and said you was a great.
He's my man. He's my man.
We had a great week. So
I saw
that was one of those that, like you had said, about just fighting the good fight, man. You get frustrated, but you keep fighting, and then one moment it just clicks and it comes together for you.
Can't quit. It's just like a boxing fight. Keep jabbing. The power punch is gonna come sooner than later. So don't quit.
That's right. We power punch this weekend. Hopefully we can do it again. All right, Victor.
Best to you guys.
You too. Thank you so much. We'll talk soon.
Thanks, Victor.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. All right. Well, he was lovely. You guys, if I'm still, am I echoing? Sean?
Well, it's not you. It's when I talk. Yes, we're still echoing.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna. Okay, well, I'm sorry if whoever's hearing an echo or not getting clear communication. I really don't know what's going on. I've got the same setup I always do, but I'll try to maybe reboot my computer and see if we can fix this for tomorrow. Let's see. Oh, we have a question from Grandma Horse Racing real quick. Did you all see the Philly on Philly trifecta at Fort Erie in race 6, Sean?
I did not, and I was paying attention to Fort Erie, but I'm gonna check out the results right now. But yeah, I know a lot of the female riders are doing very well. I'm gonna bring this up right now. Yeah, Amanda Vandermish, she's doing really well. She was the winner there, and then Melanie Pinto, and then Rachel Solowitzki was the top 3. So for a 20-cent trifecta, it was $43. That's for 20 cents. So they were 9-1, 14-1, and I can't see what the 7 was, but yeah, good trifecta with all female riders.
Girls are kicking butts. Yep. We got an Eagles fan said, yeah, I saw that. Girls kick butt there. Yep. That's awesome. You go, ladies. Well, like I said, guys, I apologize for any issues you guys are having with an echo or with the video, what's going on. I apologize for my sunglasses today. My children gave me the plague. If you didn't catch it at the beginning, just be thankful I have sunglasses on. It's not good. My eye is swollen. I hopefully tomorrow, will it be sunglasses? Will it be myself? I don't know. But if it's sunglasses, maybe I'll go get like some really funny ones or make it, might as well make it fun. I don't know.
Or I'll just join the party and grab mine too.
Please. And I just want you all to know that Victor did say he was trying to find his sunglasses, so I didn't feel alone before the show, but he couldn't find them. So I appreciate the effort there. Sean, you want to talk about what's coming up tomorrow?
Yeah, so tomorrow, I'm not sure if Rich is back or not, but the guys will be back doing parks. It will either be Terry and Charles or Terry and Rich. And then tomorrow night, we have Jay Edwards on. Like we said, new rider. He's only had 81 mounts. He's already got 8 career wins. He's been riding at Prairie Meadows. And then Wednesday, another one at 61 years old. She just got her 2,000 career win. And I can't tell you how many times if you researched the episode, like we're going to do, she's either pregnant and probably never coming back, or she broke this and might not come back. And then one time I saw she's not attempting a comeback. Well, obviously she did. Cindy Murphy will be your guest on Wednesday. So a lot to look forward to.
That is going to be a good show as well. And Terry says Rich is back.
There we go.
Cool. All right, Sean. Well, it's been an eventful Monday. Okay, I'm always here with something crazy happening, I feel. Hopefully tomorrow is a little bit smoother, but Victor was wonderful tonight. Appreciate him getting on with us. What a good show. I loved everything he had to say. So I will see you back here tomorrow, Sean. Hopefully we see everybody else in the
Winner circle.